Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Inspired. Today, I am here with somebody very special. It's going to be a little bit different of an episode. We want to go into her journey. Because I don't even remember how we met. I think I just cold DM'd you or something.
You did, yeah, like a savage. You did.
I do that. I do that sometimes. And then look where we are. Look where we are now.
Yeah, she's always messaging 50 Cent too, which is so funny. She's waiting for him to respond.
I used to do that. I used to direct message, what's his name? Rob Dyrdek and Eminem.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've done Lizzo. I've done them all. I'm always in their DMs. One day somebody will connect. So I'm like, it happens from time to time. Mm-hmm. But so, yeah, let's toss it over to her. She's going to give us an idea of what we're talking about because I actually am no professional in this area, but it's really freaking cool. But first, tell them a little bit about yourself, and then let's go into your journey because you've had quite the journey, too.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name's Claude Racine. I was a backup dancer professional for 18 years out of Los Angeles. I danced with J-Lo and Avril Lavigne, Chris Brown, choreographed for Fuller House, Will and Grace. So I got to do some pretty cool things. So when I was 38, which was I don't remember what year that was. I think 2002, something like that. I mean 2020. Sorry. Could you imagine 38 in 2002? I'd be 60 years old.
Well, I was just
damn, you look good.
Yeah. Crushing it with the nutrition. No. Yeah. So I had my son in 2020, and then COVID happened literally 9 weeks later.
Oh, wow.
And both of those things kind of forced me out of the entertainment industry, which I'd been wanting to do for a while. And I had really bad postpartum depression and anxiety and was suicidal for a year after having my son. I gained 40 pounds, was diagnosed with a fucking autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's, and found myself in this body that I didn't recognize, that I hated, and my mind was also very fucked up. And so in 2021, I started doing direct sales and selling skincare and makeup online. And that kind of brought me out of my funk. It gave me purpose. And then because I felt better, I started aligning with different ways to help my body. And so I found a functional nutritionist, and she reversed my Hashimoto's. Well, I did it, but with her help. And then I lost 35 pounds. And all my beauty clients were asking me wow, Claude, you look amazing. How'd you do that? How'd you do it? How'd you do it? And I was sending everyone to Rachel because Rachel was she still is the GOAT. And then one day I heard Wes Watson, who was a big mentor of mine, I heard him on stage say, if you've overcome a problem, that's how he talks. You need to fucking, now it's your...
I love people talking to me like that. You get the point across. Yes.
Oh my God. You need to follow him then. He went on stage and
I follow you for that reason. I'm hold on, because you put people in check all the time too.
Yeah. And I've always been that way, zero fucks and say things direct. I'm a Scorpio. It's A to B. There's no I'm going to sugarcoat. It just is what it is. And I'd never really heard anyone else talk that directly. And he got on stage and was like, you fucking men with titties, you're pussies. You shouldn't have titties if you're a dude. And I was like, wow. Okay. Wow. No one talks like you. And he's like, if you've overcome a problem, it's your job to now help other people do the same. And immediately this light bulb went in, and I thought, wow, I'm helping women glow up with their skin and all this, which is great, but I know how to lose weight, reverse autoimmune disease, chronic illness. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah. So I immediately started my online coaching business to help women lose weight in the same way that I had. And during that time, I felt like they were asking me questions I didn't feel super qualified to answer. So I got certified as a functional nutritionist in 4 months. I got Rachel Shear to certify me personally. And then from there, just my business just grew. And here I am doing that still now, almost 3 years later.
Yeah, it's crazy, the growth. You have grown so damn much. It's crazy.
That's an awesome comeback story.
What about, so the importance of having a mentor is what I heard out of that?
Yeah.
Because how long, I don't know, I'm going to sound stupid probably. How long does it usually take to become a functional nutritionist?
I think every program is different. I would say 6 months is the norm. All the programs that I've seen is 6 months. I did it in 4, but I already knew from doing it myself. I knew some things. it was just really solidifying my education and like learning more about hormones and why they are imbalanced and what's happening in the gut and how do we fix inflammation? How do we fix that liver problem? Where before I had only dealt with my issues, but then I was helping women that came to me with many other issues because women's bodies
She
are.
keeps you on track, you guys.
Yeah.
I've been through her program.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
now
it's all
the
connecting.
yes,
It's all coming back to me now.
This is who, my hurrah that I had.
Yeah.
This is who helped me. What was like 30?
Yeah,
it's all back now. Sorry,
You
but
love that program though.
but
you
I
were
did.
loving
I loved
it. Yeah.
it was really good.
You were doing so good.
Yeah, you did really good when you were on it.
Yeah, it's the aftermath. It's
Yeah.
like you come off something and then I fuck up.
We're
And I'm
gonna
like,
we're
that's
gonna
what-
talk about that.
I'm
We're
like,
gonna
that's
talk
within
about that.
me. It's like that's my own personal problem. Like what the fuck is that?
Yes, which is why nutrition and dieting and exercising is not enough. And that's something that I learned on my own journey because after having all this success with my weight, my Hashimoto's, I made the decision June 2023 to remove my 18-year-old implants. So I had fake boobs for 18 years and I was like, get out of my body. I didn't want them anymore. And after that, I thought my body would be like, thank you. Like, I'm so relieved that these foreign bags are out of here. But no, I had the opposite reaction. So my body went into this like inflammatory state. I gained 15 pounds. And here I am, like this, nutrition and fitness. And it's not that I looked bad. I just was in a body that, again, I wasn't, I stopped fitting into my clothes.
Like
I
you don't identify with it almost.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew I could feel like my face was puffy, like something was up. And so I hired a trainer and I love her. I love this trainer. She's great at what she does. For a year, I like went psycho on like the perfect macros. I was still eating anti-inflammatory, no alcohol, no gluten, dairy, sugar, alcohol. I did that for 3 years. So I'm still doing it during this time. Like intense exercise. She was like, you need to work out harder. I was like, okay.
You're like, oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
you're like, I thought it was.
I'll push myself more.
Yeah.
Started training for a half marathon, the rock and roll one on the strip. And
That just happened. So you just did it? Yeah.
well, no, I did the one that was last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Yeah, it was last year. And I wake up a year later of this like restrictive lifestyle and I had not lost a fucking pound. And every week I was turning in like my progress pics, nothing. And I'm like getting pissed, like what the fuck? I'm literally doing everything you're saying. And there's a lot of talk like on Instagram and trainers and people saying like your body is a reflection of your habits. And I'm sitting here going like this no longer applies. I used to say that. I'm like there's something deeper. Especially with women, and we could get into why, but I was forced to look deeper than just the physical aspect of my being. And I realized that I was talking so much shit to my body. I didn't believe in it. I hated it. And I was like, you're sick. You can't function the way like.
And if you talk to yourself that way, right? What's your body going to give back? The same.
Yeah, it can fucking hear you. And so my friend Tanya, who I'm obsessed with, she was talking about energetics. I'm like, what the fuck is energetics? I have been in my masculine my whole life, by the way, which is operating from like do, strategy, structure.
I'm pretty sure I am too.
Most women who own businesses,
Yeah.
because business is masculine. However, our bodies aren't made to sustain that, to like go through that. We're literally made to like produce life. Not all of us choose to, but our bodies are designed to fucking chill, sit the fuck down, relax, have babies, take care of them. That's like what, if you go back to men are made to like hunt and
Work
go
and
and
do,
so their bodies can handle a lot more stress, negative self-talk, whatever. But women, we can't. And I was just in my masculine thinking like, the harder I work,
I do.
the more cold plunges I do, just like they're all saying online, right?
Yeah.
All like you'll be able to see
You'll
that.
see it on the outside.
But I wasn't seeing it, and I was forced to, like, when a problem arises, you start asking like, what? So now what? And Tanya was talking about energetics, and it's all about like energetics when it comes to manifesting wealth or manifesting success.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I feel like it's no different than with your body. If you can manifest
I agree with you.
your business, you can manifest your body. So, and then I heard some women talking about like, when you are talking about money, like talk to it like it's your friend, you know, like meet with it once a week and be like, what's up, money? Like, where are we going? What are we doing? Like, and I thought, oh, fuck, like, I think we should do that with our bodies too. And so I immediately switched in my head, like, okay, I no longer have autoimmune. I'm full of well-being. I believe in my body's ability to do what it is supposed to do, and I'm just going to trust it. And in one fell swoop, I was like, fuck it. Fuck the macros. Fuck the restrictive eating. Fuck the intense workouts. I'm going to, like, dial it back and eat foods that I'm like, that I want to eat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to weigh my food anymore. I've been doing that, and it's not working. So in that moment, and that was like October of last year, I just stopped.
I remember seeing that shift, and I was like, ooh. I was like, what's this new thing that she's doing?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool because I've seen you adapt from, and I know that's coming from within. I'm like, I know you have put in the work, and okay, well, that's not working right for me anymore. And like, what's this going to do? And like, I see you switching things up along the way.
Yeah.
And I think some people get so stuck in one thing, and it's like, this is it, this is how it works, this is how it's got to be. And it's like, no, I think you learn and you grow, right? And I think that you've taken all those pieces and now are where you are.
Yeah. I think I used to believe in the whole thing of like, you have to work hard. You know, the harder you work, the more successful you are. The harder you work, the better your body.
So hard to get out of that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's okay. It's just gonna come. I got this. The world loves me. I'm gonna have so much. I have so much money. Like I'm not gonna have because I don't want to work. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. The more pressure. Like I see Brooklyn. She's an energy healer, and I see her once a month, and I go into her, and she's always like, I'm like, I know, and she's like, if you knew, Amber, we wouldn't still be going back to these same exact things.
But you have to understand, like, this shit that we struggle with is not, it's like deeply rooted in our bones, in our blood, in our nervous system, and it's what feels safe.
Yeah.
And we live in it's a man's world. So everything that is man is celebrated: success, power, money, working hard. But everything feminine is kind of degraded and disrespected as like emotions and flowing and love and relaxing. And I had this like, wait a second, like life isn't meant for us to fucking like push through and hate. And I was beginning to like hate living that way. I'd look at my couch, like I was so disciplined that I never watched TV. I never sat on my couch. I had a very strict bedtime, and this is what I was coaching my clients to do as well. And I'd look at my couch and be like, I just want to like sit on it, or I just want to go outside and like enjoy a cocktail in the middle of the afternoon in the beautiful sun while reading a book. And I'd be like, no. That doesn't equal success. And it kind of hit me of like, the point of living is to have more peace, more ease, and more joy. And that's the answer to health, wealth, success, not all that other fucking shit that I was like bowing down to.
Do you think that like it brought you to like learning more about like moderation a little bit, like a little bit of everything is okay?
Yes.
At certain times?
Yes.
And then now that switch turned on for you, or just like, yeah, it's okay to sit down and like watch TV, and then it's okay to wake up at 8 a.m., go hit the gym hard, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it's not even, I don't even look at it as moderation. I just look at it as like, what do I feel like doing?
Yeah. And
Because
not making
women
yourself
are,
feel guilty.
Exactly. And not feeling the shame and not being like, wait, but society says I need to wake up earlier. Like there's this ad running right now that's like, if you're a female entrepreneur, you wake up at 5. And I'm like, no, the fuck you don't.
Yeah.
If you want your body to go into some crazy, like that's what men do.
Yeah.
Let men do what they do. Like I think it was what's his name? Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
He said, I mean, he's like got arrested or some weird shit like that. But he said something like, would you trust bringing your kids to a full daycare run by a bunch of men?
Absolutely not.
No.
And if there was a dude or like a bunch of dudes coming in here with guns, and I can use a gun, but do I want to be the one to go hey, you know what, guys? We got this.
Yeah.
Women aren't going to go to the forefront and be, I mean, some will. I'm not saying we can't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's a man's fucking job. So, like, I had to really learn to sit down, let my husband lead, like calm down, trying to just support my whole family and be the breadwinner and have that stress on me. And like that was having a lot of negative effect on my health and my body too.
Oh yeah.
I'm just listening to you talk
I
because
know.
I'm like, yeah, I know all of this stuff that you're talking.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
so
relate
true.
to all of this.
Yeah.
But we're like, there's way more, I think, of us because that's the world we live in. And we're taught to work hard for what you want as opposed to like, how about, do I feel good doing this? Like, do I feel good spending 5 hours in front of a computer and like trying to get more clients? And worrying about like, where's my next client going to come from? Or, you know, do I feel good having 5 one-on-one calls a day?
Right.
And I had to like really start looking at that and be like, no, I want to be with my son. You know, there's this, again, with like this masculine celebration of like, you sacrifice a lot. And I used to feel so hot about myself. My family would be like, oh, we're going to go have dinner or we're meeting over here. I'd be like, yeah, you guys go ahead. I can't because I have like this, you know, 7-figure business that I'm running and I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And really like now I looked at my life and I was like, I don't even fucking enjoy it. I'm stressed the fuck out and so I make a lot of money. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
And it's
that
all
gonna
for
do?
what?
And now,
Yeah.
my son's like, you know, he was so close with his dad in the minute that I made this switch. And it was like a very immediate, when I realized like, oh yeah, I am a woman and I'm okay with that. Because I'm sure you were like me, where you grow up, I don't cry at movies. I'm a tomboy, I want to play hockey. I'm going to be the cool chick who like doesn't get emotional. That was me. And then when I let all that go and realized like, you know, I'm going to honor my femininity, not to let go of the masculine completely, but I'm going to actually honor my feminine side. I called my husband. I was in Florida, and I was like, when I get back.
All of a sudden, you get this random phone call.
He's like, what's happening? I'm like, he was the mom. Like, he would make breakfast for my son. He would make his lunch. He would take my son to school. He would go grocery shopping. He would cook. He would pick up my son. Like, he was the mom. I gave him a bath every other night and would put him to bed. And so I called him. I'm like, I'm taking some of those responsibilities as a mom back. I'm going to make his breakfast. I'm going to make his lunch. I'm going to take him to school, and I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to make more of an effort to spend more time with him. Because even when I was with him, I'd be like, in the DMs, like, And then my husband, because when somebody takes on the masculine energy, the only other thing that can happen in the relationship is the feminine energy.
He's like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But he's always been more feminine. So, like, in essence, like, that's what you attract. If you're already in your masculine, you're going to attract a more feminine man. And I would say when I was pregnant, like, you're going to be the best mom. And I'm going to be the best dad. And we were.
He's the house husband.
Oh my God. And it's like,
so true because he cooks the dinner, he cleans the house, he does all. I'm like, oh, I hear you. We don't have kids, so but
yeah. It just starts to get a little weird where like my husband would be like, oh, I'm gonna go, you know, on a trip, blah blah blah, and I'd be like, cool, that must be so nice to go on a trip while I sit here and like take care of my son and make all the money. There's just this weird. It's like, we know it's not supposed to be like that.
It's hard, especially like in this new day and age where like hustle is like so like, you know, just honored and just like you have to hustle every day and kill yourself. And I just like saw this thing on Instagram. They're like, you're really being exploited by having this like hustle culture like so pushed in our face where it's not normal.
No,
like, it's not. You shouldn't be killing yourself every day just to live.
No. You should be building a life that you like actually enjoy.
I think that's like, I think I've been feeling the shift like softly. Have you noticed? Like, I'm like, Sasha, fuck everything else. I'm like, what makes us happy?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? We're putting out all these fires constantly. but what are we doing that we want to do? I was like, do we want paid early out on Saturdays? Do we want to work from home on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
And she's over there looking at me, probably wondering, what is this? But I'm like, I'm sick of this. Like, we're doing more, but it's not returning. So maybe let's just
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Release some of the control a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as women, we have the power to literally like sit on the throne and everything can come to us if we are in alignment with that energy, which most of us aren't. We've got all these beliefs of what you just said, work hard, hustle. And as a dancer, it's like you have, you go audition, there's 50 more brunettes in there who have a better body, who may have better talent, and you're fighting for that spot. And it's very hustle culture. And I've always been like driven that way, perfectionist. And that's like some childhood shit.
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking, this is probably, you're going to be like, Amber, you're fucking crazy. Like, maybe my mom was onto something. She always said, marry a rich man. I was like, was she onto something there? Maybe that was
I'm
her,
starting
like,
to
step
believe
into
that,
your
yes.
feminine, like, and let the man do the work.
Yeah, no, I was always taught you got to handle it, just do it yourself, and
Same. Yep.
just get it together. And now I'm like, if I'm done dating for love at this point. The next is for money. 'Cause,
Right?
I mean, you just get to that point where you're just like,
Yeah.
It's weird because my mom would say that, but then it was the opposite. It was my dad's at home taking care of everything. And I'm like, you're a liar. You say that. But she's really out there working 3 jobs, not coming home till 10 o'clock. Like, that's the type of, like, taking us, no excuse, but, like, taking us to In-N-Out, a fast food restaurant for dinner, or, like, throwing something like a cheeseburger on her lap because she came home at 11. It's like, so it was all that stuff. And so I'm like, you said that, but it was always this. So I'm just confused.
it's probably because she wanted you to have a different outcome.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
just
maybe
thinking
because
Trying to
she
lead you
didn't
this
want-
way a little bit, you know?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you're sitting here seeing, like, what do you mean? You're doing it,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
She's like, I just don't want this for you, Amber. I
Yeah.
want that for you.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that's what it seems.
There was
Yeah.
something I read that was like, there's the worst thing you could do is take like a woman's true gift away by allowing her to compete in business with men. And I read that and I was like, yo, I am this woman who is full on, I'll make more money than you.
Yeah.
You're a dude, I don't care. I can be just as good as you. And by doing that, I was taking away from my family, really from the world, if you think about it, the beautiful energy that I'm supposed to bring into the world, which isn't that's a man's energy. So it's like, you would have asked me this like a year and a half ago, I'd have been like, fuck that. I'll beat any dude, because that's the energy I was in. But now I see the beauty and like the need for women to go back to, I don't even know what. Like, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But softness and let the man lead. That's what they do. We lead energetically, like, oh, our intuition is guiding us. Something's off. Something's off. Like, can we talk about this? But the man, fucking, you decide. So that was another exercise I started doing, was I stopped making decisions. He'd be like, where do you want to go eat? You're going to pick the best restaurant, babe.
Yeah.
I trust you. Well, should we go to Florida, like, in December? I don't know. I think you'll pick the perfect time for us to go. Like, you lead. You lead the pack.
I wonder if I did that, what would happen?
Yeah.
I wonder, because Victor don't make no decisions.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
You should
try it slowly.
Yeah, try it.
Don't let him listen to this episode. I think he still listens to all of our podcasts.
Probably. Sorry, Victor.
Like, actually, you just gotta skip this one.
No, it'll be good. You just rip the Band-Aid,
He did say we
Yeah.
have an anniversary on Saturday coming up. That
He did say.
Well, it actually shocked me a little bit, because I feel like I'm pretty in tune with things. I can, like, I don't know. There's been a shift happening. That's all I can say. And when I was
love
sitting
that.
there, and he was literally like, he texted me, and this never happens. Like I said, I'm always the one to figure out the dinner, figure out making the plans to travel, making everything from A to Z, whatever it is. And he sent me a text message yesterday morning, and he was like, oh, by the way, we have our anniversaries on Saturday, and we have dinner plans at 7. I was like, what? And
Wow.
I wasn't
Yes.
even, my
Yeah.
brain
Yeah.
wasn't even there, but I was
Yeah.
like, how good it just felt though. I'm like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
should, the release, I was just like, and I mean, I didn't even know it was our anniversary, so it was shitty for me, but it's just because so go. But when that happened, I was like, whew, that felt nice. So maybe I will try a little more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that. You dropped into that space, that safety.
It literally, you could feel it. It
Yeah.
was, I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really nice.
I wonder if like us as women are this way because I feel like there's like a switch where women are forced now to be more masculine and more the leaders and things like that, and then it's harder now to find a man who thinks that way because they want, you know, like they want to be as equal as a woman, and it's just okay. Don't take that the wrong way. We are equal, you know, but there are roles that we play that are important.
Yes.
And I feel like there's a lot of men nowadays that don't feel that way. So now we're forced to step up even further in our masculine energy. And or at least for me, I noticed that with myself in my past relationship. I'm very like masculine in leadership and I got it, don't worry about it. But it's just like, it'd be nice if you would plan a date or if you would, you know how to plan a trip or pick up a phone and book a hotel or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so do you
know?
think we've been doing it so long? Is that what it is? Do you think we've been doing it so long that now men just feel like women,
Yeah.
or like the energy's just there?
I
that
feel
the
like
man
when
is
we
just-
were
Yeah.
given the right, because if you think about like maybe if we go back, I don't know, 70, 80 years, maybe not even that far back,
Yeah.
where the responsibilities were very clearly defined.
Yes.
Men went to work, women stayed home, more women had children, and they took care of the
like
children.
our grandparents. I literally think of our grandparents.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that's the perfect scenario, but I just think everything was clearly defined and everyone had their place. And just like in a business, like, Sasha, you have to know what your responsibilities are in helping Amber. It can't just be like, I just do whatever I want. And sometimes I actually come in and I am Amber and I'll just tattoo some eyebrows and I'm the boss. It's like that would create some weirdness. So when we were given sort of this right to work, which I think we should, but everybody took it so far to now you've got it's no one's really at fault, but because we are like, I'm an independent woman and I can do it all by myself. Men have no choice but to like we don't let them help us.
No, yeah. I think we kind of forgot like what makes us special.
Yeah,
men
which
and
is to
women.
be soft. And so if we want the man to make decisions and to lead, then we have to sit the fuck down
And let them.
and let them. And maybe it'll be like a complete shit show at first.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
But I had a coach, I think this was last year, Sophie Orozco, and she's like a marriage, also like femininity coach. And I hired her to help me with this femininity. And she's like, let it be a life lesson, not a wife lesson. And I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't go to his side of the street. Like, maybe he doesn't put away the dishes perfectly, but at least he's doing it. Shut the fuck up and let him do it. Maybe he's not cleaning up folding everything perfect, but hey, he offered, let him, you know? And maybe he didn't pick the restaurant you wanted, but at least he picked it and he decided. And if we're going to let them take that spot, well, we have to hold back from controlling because we can.
Yeah.
We're really good at it.
It's really hard to let go of control though.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. But I will say, like, I woke up about, I don't know, a month ago, and I'd been doing this work for a while, and I finally felt at peace with, it's not for anybody else that we're doing it for. It's for you to just to feel at home again and not feel like you have to hold the world on your shoulders and make everything go right and make all the decisions and control everything.
Yeah.
After over here about to make me cry. I'm like, I know. I just want it.
I always explain it as being like in
So much
survivor
pressure.
mode. You know what I mean? Like
Literally.
it's not fun. It's not enjoyable. Like having the answers and being so opinionated on everything. You know, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It makes you feel tense all the time, and it's just like if you're gonna be with someone, you have to let go of that control a little bit.
Yeah.
And really live in your feminine for sure.
I think it goes into so many different scenarios too, because I see you tying it into relationships, but I see it in business.
Oh, big time.
It's like the same exact thing. It's like I haven't allowed, and I know this, and I learned this from, that's why I love bringing outside speakers in like this, because when we were talking to Jake it was a couple episodes back, but when we were talking to him and he came in, he was like, just what he said, I was like, I'm not allowing people to make the decisions. It's like, and I don't even know that I'm doing it, but I'm so in control that I'm so overly in control that people are afraid to make a decision.
Yeah.
So then they come to me and ask me for every fucking thing, and I'm drained by the end of the day. But I did that. So now I'm like, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you
can
just
figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
I
literally
trust you.
just literally that. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this in every single scenario in my life.
I mean, in business, it's a little different because business is masculine. So you do need some masculine energy in that space. But it's about knowing when to fall back. And like when you go home and when the work day is over, I'm now going to be in my feminine. I'm going to allow myself to be taken care of. I'm going to allow myself to be led. And it's hard when you're programmed like we are to just like fucking lead the way. I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do coaching,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So is it just for like things like this, or do you nutrition? Like, are you well-rounded in the coaching? Like, what exactly does your coaching entail?
So I have one program called the Glow Getters, and that's what Amber did. And I have one-on-one clients, and then I also have a group program for that. And that is all functional nutrition. So there is no gluten, dairy, sugar, or alcohol on that program. We do weight training, so no cardio for my clients.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No cardio.
Yeah, no. Cardio, once you're like, how old are you?
Almost 40.
Once you hit like that upper 30 tier 40, like cardio, we need muscle. Like,
I love cardio.
listen,
I hate
but
it.
again, here's the thing. This is my spiel now. If you love it, then fucking do it. That's it. Like if it brings you joy,
Yeah.
why would I take that away from you? Anything else is me like putting my shit on you and saying it has to be done this way. When if that doesn't align with you, then it doesn't. And, even though I have this program and I think there is a place for discipline and like action and saying, okay, like I've been eating this way and feeling this way for a really long time. For 6 months, I'm going to commit to a very healthy, clean eating lifestyle, get my body to like lose some fat, balance my hormones, get my gut back in health. And then from there, I can experience the freedom. It's the same thing if you never like budget and look at your money and build a structure. You have to at some point.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got to have structure. We can't just fly. I mean,
And just hope for the best.
Yeah. But then I have the Glow Energizers, which I just started. And that's more around health energetics. So going deeper with the woman and, how do you feel? Do you trust your body? Talking to your body, like getting some awareness, because we're so disconnected from our body. Like we're on autopilot, go, 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 that we're not ever checking in. Like, how do you feel right now? How do you feel? What do you need? And so a lot of that program is that. And something that I've, in my new phase of life and aligning and different alignment, I attracted GLP-1s into my life. And I was...
Can you say what that is? Because I saw you say that recently and you're like... It's the same as testosterone. Was it testosterone?
Yeah.
I saw a video and I was going, so I couldn't get to listen. I didn't get to listen to it all. So I was like, hold on, what is that exactly?
Well, it's a very hot topic right now. Okay, but Ozempic is a GLP-1.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, take that shit to SEO.
So Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, the weight loss drug, is a GLP-1. But what people don't know is that it's not a drug. It's actually just a peptide that is already being produced in your body. Most of us, though, don't. It's produced in the gut and the brain. And most of us, because of this masculine lifestyle, stress, hustle culture, and just not being in our feminine, our bodies respond to that. It shuts down. So our gut is not producing the amount of GLP-1 that it should, making all these different like metabolic problems, immune system problems. Only 12.2% of Americans are metabolically healthy.
Oh, wow.
12.2. The rest of us, I'm part of the rest of us, we have some kind of weight loss resistance, some kind of, immune problem. And GLP-1 has been proven to like heal and repair a lot of that. So when I started taking it, before I did the energetics work, the deeper healing, it actually didn't work for me. And I was like, of course. Of course my body is not responding because you suck, you know? And then when I started doing the deeper work in congruence with the GLP-1, I lost like 15 pounds in 4 months. And I'm able to eat way more foods. Like, remember when I said, fuck it? I was like, fuck it. And I was terrified to like eat gluten, but I started eating it again. And I just started saying like, I'm full of well-being. My body's healthy. And I just like, don't even talk about having Hashimoto's anymore. And I have no symptoms from it. Like, I feel better than I have in a long time.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So obviously having those results with GLP-1 with microdosing. So it's important that you microdose and you don't do like the 6 fucking milligrams that doctors are putting their clients on or their patients on. Like I had to say something, and it was terrifying to say it to my audience because here I am, this person that's like eating this way and so against GLP-1 and fuck drugs, do it the natural way. But I've gotten like a lot of great feedback. I have 30 women in my new program that are, you know, experiencing the benefits of it.
Yeah.
So it's really been awesome.
And it's okay to change your mind about things. Maybe you didn't have all the answers at first.
Yeah,
you know?
literally.
Yeah. And now
You can't. We all evolve.
Yeah.
You tell me that how many times? Like every other week. She's like, it's okay. It didn't work, and we're trying something new. It's like
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
a few clients, old clients, and a lot of things happened during this shift. Like they turned on me, like blocked me. And,
Oh, wow.
and it's to be expected.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone's going to agree with your evolution.
or grow with you.
Yeah.
So I can just lose the dead weight on the way. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Kind of pun intended, not
Yeah.
pun.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Move out the way.
Well, any last thoughts that you feel like anybody should know? How do they contact you? Where do they reach you?
Well, I'm on Instagram. That's my favorite social media platform, at Glow Up with Claude. And if you're struggling, if you're in your 40s, if you're a mom, maybe you're not a mom, but if you've been struggling to lose weight, there is an answer, and it's not just one answer for every woman. So I like that I have different tools that I can offer you and meet you where you're at. But just know, like, you don't have to be in a body that you don't love, but you do have to do the inner work that I've been talking about and fix your relationship with you, or you'll just stay in the cycle of lose weight, then gain it back, lose weight, gain it back, till you learn to love yourself.
Yeah. Love that.
I love that too.
Cue the
Aw.
clappy hands.
I know. You're so awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I literally think you're so awesome.
Yeah. I wish we
thank
could talk
you.
forever
I
because
know.
I
Same.
enjoy talking about the feminine stuff and, you know, all that
it
is really
feels refreshing. Like it
Yes.
just feels like a refreshing.
Because it's like, it's meant.
Yeah.
It's meant for us.
Yeah, feels
Yeah.
like someone's
It's
here to understand us and be like, you know. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I'm like, just keep talking. Just talk to me for the rest of the day. It's fine. I'm just gonna listen. Maybe that's your next move. You just put it on like an audio tape, and I could just like listen and like subconsciously.
You know what's
it'll
crazy that you
stick in.
say that is I've been thinking of doing like a low ticket membership. I was talking with my friend Tanya about this, of like just daily activations or riffs that are like 10 minutes long that you can listen to whenever you want about topics like this that like just get you in the right mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You
Okay.
kind of send me
Yes.
stuff like, or the podcast you
I
sent me is
just
kind of like
started
that.
sending-
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
speaking nice to yourself and like how important it was, and she was just like calmly saying things that kind of just
Yeah.
subconsciously go in your brain, and then
So now when I'm in a sauna, I put headphones on and I listen to these people say nice things, and then they make you repeat it. And you know what though? It sounds so silly, and you know it's like 50% of people you say stuff that like that to, they kind of just like roll their eyes at you or whatever.
Totally. Yeah.
But the way you feel afterwards, listening to something like that is. I'm not shitting you. It puts me in such a different like headspace, and I'm like, I just sat in the sauna for 20 minutes and listened to this girl say, "I am the best." You know, like I don't know, remember what she said, but then the steps are repeating it, right? So I'm like, and I come out feeling like a brand new person. I just feel a lot better. So
Yeah.
I say yes, definitely do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be
I want to
awesome.
say one last thing too, that this was like life changing for me. But if you focus, because this is what that's helping you do. If you just focus on what you want, right? Your thoughts, everything, you focus on what's that body I want? What's that life that I want? You just focus on that, not what's happening in front of you, not what's like manifested now. Focus on what you want. Keep your eyes on and know that it is possible for you, and trust it, and like act from that place. Because people focus like, oh, my body, like I did that. Right. Oh, I don't like my body, and oh, I'm broke. And don't focus on your current reality. Focus on the reality that you want. And like when you do that, it puts you in alignment with just, you'll see you attract the answers to you that you need to get to where you want to go.
Yeah.
That's so true.
If you can visualize it, most likely it's possible.
1,000%.
Not most likely it is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us on another episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. You're amazing.
Thank
We have to bring you
you.
back. Will you come back again?
Oh my God, anytime.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys. Stay tuned. And we'll drop her info in the show notes so you guys can check her out, because I highly suggest you follow her. Thank you. Guys, thank you so much.
Bye. Subscribe, comment, like, all the good stuff. Bye, guys.
Yes, such a good conversation.
Awesome.
That'd be cool if we have we can do like a long session with you.